Hi, Assalamualaikum. Hello, my name is Mukhlis. As we all know, Malaysia has been stunned by a dangerous pandemic that has spread to many other countries. And the disease is a coronavirus. The disease has had various adverse effects, and among the most serious is the issues of unemployment. What is unemployment? Unemployment refers to a person who has a degree or certificate in a profession but is unemployed, possibly due to a lack of job opportunities or other factors. Let's find out more detailed information on unemployment in Malaysia.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. So now I'm going to talk about the rate of unemployment on monthly basis for Malaysia from October 2019 until December 2020. Okay, as the graph shows, the unemployment rate in Malaysia slipped to 3.2% in October 2019 from 3.3% in the same month the previous year. So for the next month, the unemployment rate in Malaysia ticked down to 3.3% in November 2019 from 3.3% in the same month the previous year. On the next month, the unemployment rate in Malaysia was at 3.3% in December 2019, the same as in the corresponding month the previous year. Okay, that is the in the year 2019. So let's move to 2020. Okay, on January 2020, the unemployment rate in Malaysia edged down to 3.2% from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year. Okay, so the unemployment rate in Malaysia stood at 3.3% in February 2020, the same as in the corresponding month of the previous year. On March, the unemployment rate in Malaysia increased to 3.9% in March 2020 from 3% from 3.4% in the corresponding month of the previous year. It was the highest jobless rate since March 2009. For the for month of April, the unemployment rate in Malaysia spiked to a record high of 5% in April 2020 from 3.4% in the same month a year earlier. Amid amid the closure amid the closure of operation for most business during movement control order in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic. In May of 2020, the unemployment rate in Malaysia increased to 5.3% from 3.3% in the same month a year earlier, amid public health measures to contain the COVID-19 crisis. It was the highest jobless rate since the series began in March 1998. Okay, next. The unemployment rate in Malaysia fell to 4.9% in June 2020 from a record high of 5.3% a month earlier, as the country gradually lifts strict coronavirus lockdown restriction. Okay, on July 2020, the unemployment rate in Malaysia increased to 4.7% in July from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year. In August, the unemployment rate in Malaysia jumped to 4.7% in August 2020 from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year, amid the severe impact caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. In September 2020, the unemployment rate in Malaysia surged to 4.6% from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year. This is same of the impact caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. In October, the unemployment rate is 4.7% from 3.2% in the corresponding month of the previous year. So next is in November, the unemployment rate in Malaysia climbed to 4.8% from 3.2% in the month of the previous year, amid the severe impact caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. For the last month in 2020, the unemployment rate in Malaysia jumped to 4.8% in December 20 from 3.3% in the corresponding month of the previous year. So, from the graph, the unemployment rate in Malaysia started increase significantly in March 2020, and in May 2020 was the highest percentage ever recorded in Malaysia. So that's all from me. Let's move to the next question.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alhaj bin Maisa. I am from DBS 3D and I want to present to you about what type of unemployment that Malaysia are facing right now. So there is three types of unemployment that Malaysia are facing. First, we will begin with frictional unemployment. So what is frictional unemployment? This is the issues that commonly occur in Malaysia because of workers are seeking for better and suitable working environment. However, this unemployment not only occur in Malaysia but also any country that you are visiting right now. This unemployment rate can be detected by the level of unemployment calculated by the unemployment rate minus the rate of frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment exists usually because of jobs, workers are multifarious and mismatch between demand and supply. For example, this mismatch can be happen because of skills, payment, work type, location, attitude and other aspects. In the same way, new employees such as students and homemakers are included in the frictional unemployment. Time and effort will be invested to find a better match, but there is always a risk. That will definitely affect economic growth since it results in a better allocation of resources. In addition, if the mismatch are taking too long to finding a job, the economy will suffer a decreasing since some work will not get done. In the contrast, Government should work on overcome unnecessary frictional unemployment by providing advice, training, assistance, education that can help to provide more information about how to seeking a job. An increase or decrease in labor market friction will shift the curve upwards or inwards. The friction in the labor market sometimes will illustrate graphically with a average curve, a downward sloping curved curve that show a relationship between the unemployment rate and the vacancy rate, changes in demand or the supply for labor cost movement along the curve. And in the same way, we also have cyclical unemployment. Do you know that when there is not enough aggregate demand in the economy to provide jobs, unemployment will occur? Well, that is the issue that we call the cyclical unemployment. Cyclical employment occur when the demand for the most goods and the services that have reduced by the power of demand will lead to that type of unemployment. So for sure, fewer workers are needed when there is a less product in the market. Then that also will happen when the wages fall and fail to meet the equilibrium level. Besides, with the cyclical employment occur, the number of unemployed workers will increase and exceed the number of job workers. So that even with full unemployment and all open jobs were filled, there is still some workers will remain unemployed. These two friction, cyclical unemployed and frictional unemployment, happen because of the cyclical variables. For example, a surprising decline in the money supply may influence the entire rational economic factors and will cause restraint aggregate demand. And the last one, we have structural unemployment. So when there is a less suitable job provided for the people, will cause a structural unemployment because there is a mismatch between the skills needed for the job and the skill of the unemployed worker. For example, an employee fired by his car maker company because machine had replaced human in making car, and the employee does not know how to operate the machine. So the employee only have the skill to make car, and he have difficulty in searching a new job. Structural unemployment may also be affected by cyclical unemployment. If a nation's economy is suffer from recession, that means many of unemployed workers become discouraged, while their skill become rusty and outdated. This means when they are unemployed may not suitable for the job vacancy that are reserved for them when the economy becomes normal. Some economists see this scenario as the implication that sustain high demand and may lower structural unemployment. Under the speed of British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher during the 1970s and 1980s, the theory has been referred to as an example of part dependence of a lot of technology employment occurred because of a replacement of workers had changed into machines to produce more effectively. We call as structural unemployment. Thus, technological employment refer to the way in which production increases by machine but lesser worker to produce actual same level of output or more output every year. The fact that aggregate demand increase suggests that this product is instead one of cyclical unemployment. As like we said before, Occam's law, the demand side must grow rapidly to absorb the growing labor force, but also the workers made redundant by increased labor productivity. So we have learned today that it was a 3 types of unemployment. So that is for today.
For the causes, there are many people that were affected by this unemployment. Many people that has to be terminated from their job by these economic issues. These people who don't have any backup plan in their life is the reason why the unemployment rate in Malaysia is increased. The next causes is when the Prime Minister announced the MCO. Many people were affected because they have to go to work, and during MCO, people are forbidden to leave their house unless there are anything important to do. Who work for station bus or any public transportation, they can't go to work because during MCO, there are no people using that transportation at all. So that's why they become unemployed. There are many ways that government can help the unemployed. For example, by expanding the fiscal policy. By using fiscal policy, there are many benefits by cutting the taxes and give benefit to the unemployed. And there are also many ways you can protect yourself from being unemployed. For example, for those who have a high degree level of degree, they can take advantage from their education to get a proper job. The second way is by fractional economy.
A certain amount of unemployed is uncontrollable. So this concept is called frictional unemployment, that allows people to feel free enough to quit their job and to find a better job. So work will be more productive since the employers and employees are fit for their job.
The information discussed a moment ago, unemployment has had a huge impact on the country economy, directly or indirectly. The conclusion is that the issue of unemployment in Malaysia has been and still is. That's all from us. Thank you.